All right. Well, welcome to Tuesday Night Yin. We've got a blanket underneath today, and then we have bolster and a block today. So if you've got all of that, we'll use them today. If not, we'll just do our best. So let's take a few moments and just sit comfortably. You can also sit against a wall or even lay down if you need to today. And let's take a few moments. We're just going to close our eyes and settle into our practice. So I just want you to notice how you're feeling today. And just bring the energy down into the lower lungs. So we're breathing a nice, big diaphragmatic breath. And as we begin to relax into our space today, let's just remind ourselves that we are here for a little self-care. So to honor our bodies and our minds, that if something doesn't feel right, we release it and try again. So if you're comfortable, we'll bring our hands to our heart to begin. Start with an Om chant, and then we'll move right into our intention, which you can repeat after me. Soften our shoulders, soften our throat. Relax the gaze or keep your eyes closed. Let's take a deep breath in together. May I be free from fear and harm. May I be content as I am. May I be at peace with whatever comes. We're going to move into a little bit of breath and mudra together. So we're going to keep our left hand at the heart center. We'll take our right hand out to the side so the elbow's resting right at the rib cage. Palm is facing me. We'll bring the thumb and first finger together in that beautiful mudra of wisdom and awareness. You can close your eyes again and just take some deep breaths. Can you notice the feeling of this mudra? This is a compassionate, empathetic mudra to connect with healing for ourselves. Or specifically, it's healing of the heart. Last time we did this, we just did some breath work, so we'll start with that. And then we'll add a tiny little mantra to it as well. So let's just practice this beautiful inhale breath. As soon as we get to the end of the inhale and the chest lifts, we'll hold the breath up in the chest for just as long as it feels comfortable. And then take a nice long exhale out. And we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Pause at the end of the exhalation so all the breath is out of the body. And then begin another inhale. Same thing, pausing at the end of that inhale and just holding that heart space. And exhale, releasing. And you'll just do that a few times on your own. And your exhale, release that breath, but keep the mudra nice and still. And this is just an internal chant. So on the inhale, it's Sat. On the exhale, it's Nam. So Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Next, exhale, releasing the mudra, bringing our hands into our lap, releasing the chant, just coming to a regular, comfortable breath. Just taking a moment and noticing how you feel. Let's go ahead and release our legs. I'm going to stay seated on the blanket and just stretch my legs straight out in front of me. And just take a moment to shake out feet, shake out the hips. Maybe there's some tension in the knees after that last pose. So if you're feeling really tight in the hamstrings today, you can bend the knees slightly, even place a blanket under or a block underneath the knees to help with that. But let's relax our feet, whatever position that you're in. Draw our hips back. We're just going to fold forward this evening. So let's take a nice couple of deep breaths in as we soften the shoulders. Close our eyes if it's comfortable for you. And exhale, let's just fold forward towards the legs. You can let the hands be wherever they wish. Maybe you like to take a bolster or a block on top of the knees to rest your head on. That's great too. But try not to reach for anything. Try to just let gravity pull this torso gently down towards the earth. Feel the releasing of the back of the legs, the releasing of low back maybe or hips. And finally, if it's comfortable, you can tuck the chin slightly in towards the chest. Take another nice long exhale, releasing there in the lower diaphragm, right? Releasing all the breath. See how much we can release and go deeper. So that when you begin the breath again, it's just soft, relaxed, comfortable. Just a reminder that in yin, discomfort is usually our friend. But if you're feeling any pain, you want to adjust your position. Become aware of the heaviness of the body here. Maybe start to take a couple of deeper breaths. Feeling maybe a little energy moving through those spots that feel a little heavy. Hips, low back, legs. We'll be very mindful as we come up. So a slight bend to the knees. Be pressing your hands into the earth and bringing yourself up. Okay, let's just take a moment, bring those shoulders all the way up towards the ears and down the back. And let's just do that just a couple of times. All right. So let's come into this nice restorative pose this evening. I have my block underneath the bolster. I'm going to bring my low back up against the bolster. And notice my legs. I'm going to put them into a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Maybe if you're a little chilly or you just like a little bit of heaviness on your body, you can take that blanket across the hips. So when you lay down onto your back, the neck should be comfortable. The low back should be supported, and we can let our arms just rest off to the sides. So we're using this palms up, okay, to relax the shoulders. Let's take a few moments. If you need any more props, you can place blocks underneath the knees for support if you don't like this stretch for gravity here. Feel yourself taking some really nice deep breaths. And just allow yourself to rest into this space this evening. Give yourself permission to let go of those tight hips, the strain in the lower back, or allow yourself to let go of the mind that is active. So if you can today, I want you to stay aware of the breath so that we're consciously taking inhales and exhales with our full attention. Let's take just a moment and bring those knees together. Or stretch the legs out if that feels better. And you can just roll over to one side. We'll carefully come up to a comfortable seat. And we're going to work on a stretch to kind of as a warm up to my favorite twist. So I'm using a bolster next to this left leg, and I'm going to extend the left leg out. Now, some of you can take this leg out much wider than I can, and some of you may want to bring it a little closer in towards the center. So just notice the hip. Okay, how does the hip feel? Does it feel comfortable in this spot? Then we'll stay here. And notice my right foot is tucked in. Okay, so let's take the hips back. This is going to be a short little yin stretch to warm up for the other one. So my left arm is going to be resting on my bolster, and you can rest it on the ground or on a block. And I'm going to take the palm up. So notice that it's parallel with the body. It's not out to the side like this, but parallel to the body. Okay? So relax the feet. I always am pointing or flexing my feet. All right, so this is going to be a side stretch for this beautiful low back that we sometimes have trouble with. So notice I'm already beginning a side stretch, so stretching over towards my bolster. And this may just be enough right here to already feel this stretch in this low back here on this right side. You can also take your hand and press it on the leg, just pressing that right leg down. Now we can go a little further. For some of you who wish to, you may want to take the bolster away and just come all the way down. So you've got some options there. So there's a little twist in this pose. This left rib cage is coming towards me, just like we do in Trikonasana, right? So I'm setting this one up because we haven't done it before in yin, I don't think. So left rib cage towards me. Let the ear come down towards the shoulder. Again, I'm pressing this right leg down a bit because it will get into the area that I'd like. And if you're not feeling anything, don't worry. It's a yin practice, so there's still parts of the body that are going to be feeling some things, even though maybe you don't feel them right away. Some of you may feel inner groin, and you can take the legs a little bit wider, even to feel more of that inner groin if you need to. Good, some nice press. So those of you who want to add for the last 30 seconds or so a little bit more, let's take this right arm and just bring it over the ear. And see if we can take that shoulder back just a little bit. Good, keep pressing down with that right leg, please. Beautiful. Take some deep breaths here. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Let's release the top arm first. Let it support us as we slowly lift the head and lift the torso. So we're going to go right here to my favorite twist, and then we'll do this on the other side. I'm just going to move my bolster a little bit so I can tuck this foot in. You know what's coming if you've been in my class before, because you know, and I always say favorite twist, this is where we're going, right? All right, so we're twisting to the right. You guys are twisting to the right. So let's take a deep breath here. Feel this beautiful tall spine. So pull that belly in, relax the shoulders. Crown of the head up towards the ceiling, please. Start to twist a little bit more in the waist, feeling that left hip, front and maybe even back of the left hip. Beautiful. So if you want to stay here, you can stay here. Otherwise, start to walk the hands behind you. Feeling that left hip even more coming into play. Maybe you come down onto the forearms. You can also use a bolster underneath to rest your head on if you wish, or a blanket or a block. Good. I'm just letting my head relax, maybe tucking chin in towards the chest just a little bit. As I breathe into the belly, I'm walking even deeper behind me, creating more of a twist. So find where your space is. When you find it, we'll hang out here for a bit together. Stay mindful with the breath. Slowly Come out of the pose just as gently as you went in. Lovely. All right. Let's work on the other side. So taking this right leg out nice and wide. I brought my bolster over to my right side. Tucking this left foot in. And I'm going to let my arm rest with my palm up. And just start to stretch a little bit to the side while everybody's getting settled here. Just if you're already working in the pose, just notice this left hip, this whole front and back of this left hip. I say hip, but there's a lot of muscles here, right, that we're working with. So I'm just going to take a few moments just to press my right leg towards the earth. I'm sorry, that's your left leg towards the earth a little bit. And let my ear drop towards my shoulder. So here, if you need to make any adjustments with the leg or the upper body, good. Nice. Begin some really good full breaths. Notice if you can take this right rib cage towards me just a little bit more. So we feel that yin yang movement, right? So hips are going one direction, rib cage the other. Throat back so the neck feels strong. Be aware of your breath. Where is it flowing in the body today? Where is it stuck? Maybe it feels comfortable for you to take this left arm over the head. Keep that right rib cage pulling towards me. Take the top shoulder, roll it back. Resist the urge to bring the chin up towards the ceiling. Instead, draw the throat back. And in your next inhale, let's start with the arm and release it. Make sure it's supporting you as you lift the rest of the body up. Good. Not a long pose for yin, but definitely works for our purposes. So let's take this right leg back behind us. Let's find our twist. So start with this nice long body, really energizing from the lower diaphragm, just feeling the energy moving up. softening the shoulders, right? So we feel the energy, but we're softening the shoulders. Good. You know where we're going with this pose, so you take your time moving into it, however your body needs this evening. So taking a nice deep breath. Let's come back to where we began, nice and slow, mindful. And so we're going to use our bolster for this last pose and then maybe use it for Shavasana too. So I'm going to sit on the bolster so that my low back is completely supported on the bolster and just come on down. I'm putting a blanket underneath my head today, but that's not necessary. You can put a blanket over you if it feels better. But make sure that this bolster is supporting your entire low back. Okay, so low back and butt really should be on the bolster. Now let's do our legs in either legs together, hip width apart. Maybe you want to do as wide as the mat and let the knees drop in a little bit. For me, my favorite one is just stretching the legs straight out because I like the release in the inner groin. So you've got some options there. And again, we'll take the arms out and we'll keep the palms up. So release your fingers. If there's some tension in your hands or fingers, let's just shake them out for just a moment. And then just let your arms fall at your sides. Making sure our low back feels completely supported. Let's take a few breaths mindfully. So let's allow ourselves to rest into the earth here. So gravity helps us in this pose. Maybe a long exhale through the mouth. We once again allow our hips to be heavy. Allow the release of the shoulders and of the face and the jaw. Mindful attention to our breath. So taking a nice deep breath in. I'm going to move right into Shavasana today. So you may want to take that bolster and just move it underneath your knees. And then you can stay lying on your back with the bolster underneath your knees. If that feels like a good space for you to be today. Because we're still in winter, we've been talking about maybe cocooning ourselves in our blankets for Shavasana during this winter season. Just to stay warm and feel connected and feel safe. So I invite you to find your favorite Shavasana pose here. And take some time to just bring your awareness into that nice full breath. And let's actually take a deep breath in through the nose. We'll take a long breath out through the mouth. Let's do it again 2 more times. And close the lips. Soften your face. Let the arms and hands be wherever you feel most comfortable this evening. And once again, just allow yourself to release into this final pose. Allow yourself to let go of the chattering of the mind. Allow yourself to let go of the physical constraints of the body. And allow yourself to just be. Just be. Gently bring our awareness back into our evening. Take your time to gently move the body. Maybe drawing knees in towards the chest. And when you're ready, just roll to one side as we rest there for a few minutes. The poem today is called Being Home. Where can I soften in this posture? Where is the edge between opening and force? The line between stretch and too much effort? The mind and the body serve up a feast of feelings, each breath another chance to deepen and release. The smallest motion, or even just a quiet sigh, could be all that I require to shift my focus from the outer to the inner realms, a change from feeling lost to feeling home. So if you'd like to join me in this final few moments of the evening, come on up to join me with your hands to your heart. And let's chant a final Om together. Deep breath in. Bowing our heads to our heart, giving yourself gratitude for just showing up on your mats today. Let us go in peace. Namaste.